On day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history to get the criminals out.
The Bahamas has rejected a proposal from Donald Trump to send black people out of America.
The Bahamas' position on migration has been consistent, both in the FNM and the PLP. Our position is that the Bahamas do not have the resources to deal or accommodate with large migration flows.
What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for choosing us again, because I choose you always. So it's extremely hot today. Very, very hot. And everybody's complaining. Yeah, it's very hot. And I'm just wondering, like, when is the government going to decide to lower the temperature or something? Because this is insane. I don't know if this is summer or springs or winter, whatever this is. Yeah, very hard to keep. Okay, so this is happening in Bahamas. Here's the Bahamas. We all heard about the Bahamas. I know you don't know where it is. Don't lie. You don't know where the Bahamas is. Here's the Bahamas on the map. You can see? That's the Bahamas. Now, the Bahamas president, or prime minister if you prefer, has said that they have rejected a proposal from the transition government of the United States of America. Donald Trump people have proposed the Bahamas to take migrants from the United States of America and to be deported into the Bahamas. Imagine. I mean, Trump is not even in power yet, but he's already planning. We're going to get all these people, the Indians, the blacks, the Africans, all of them are going to go to the Bahamas. In a statement on Thursday, the Bahamian Prime Minister Philip Davis said the scheme to have the Bahamas accept deportation flights was reviewed and firmly rejected.
Issued the statement this morning about the proposal from the Trump transition team in terms of deportation flights. Was this request made directly to the government?
So my understanding, and I would want you guys to speak much more specifically to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Office of the Prime Minister did issue a statement this morning in response to a proposal by the transition of the Trump administration. Let me also be clear that the Bahamas' position on migration has not changed. It has been the same from when Prime Minister Horace Cuba Ingram was Prime Minister during the challenges with Aristide in Haiti and the turmoil. Then Prime Minister Ingram was approached by the U.S. government with the same issue of migration. This is not a contentious issue between the government of the Bahamas and the Trump administration. This has been very consistent. We see the U.S. as our partners. We look forward to working along with the government of the Bahamas, look forward to working along with the incoming Trump administration. These are regional security challenges, but the position of the Bahamas has always been consistent, regardless of the current administration in the United States.
So the Bahamas say, no, we're not interested. Okay, you can keep your migrants, we don't want them. I mean, it's just very interesting, you know. Americans want to keep America. I mean, white people in America call themselves Americans. They call black people in America African Americans. They call Indian people in America Indian American, but themselves they are American. It's not crazy, isn't it? So now, the United States of America right now has about 11 million unauthorized people living in the United States. This is a report from 2022. 11 million people in the US are illegal. That's a lot of people. Now, they want to deport those people to the Bahamas. Imagine. The Bahamas only has about 400,000 people. Now, imagine a country with 400,000 people hosting all these migrants, 11 million. They're going to take over the country and run everything, right? Now, this is very similar to what Britain did, with Rwanda. Donald Trump wanting to send migrants to the Bahamas just shows you they don't want you. Nobody likes you. And I'm talking to you because a lot of you are migrants. Where are you watching me from again? Which country are you from? Togo, Mali, Burkina Faso, Nigeria? Where do you live? In Nigeria? No, most likely where? In America or in the UK or in Europe. I know there are some Nigerians here from Nigeria and some Ghanaians from Ghana, but the great majority, as per the statistics I'm seeing on YouTube, how many people from Africa living in America and elsewhere? So you are migrant, and a lot of you, unfortunately, you went there illegally. Some of you even lied that you went for church convention, church celebration, church parties, just to choose to never return in Africa. That's a lie. I'm sure Jesus will not agree to that, right? Anyway, so Donald Trump wants to send 11 million people, you, to the Bahamas. That's where he wants you to go. And that is just one of the things he's trying to do even before he gets back to office. Now, this is very similar to what's happened in Britain. We all remember Britain tried to send people to Rwanda. You know, all the migrants, all Africans that came to Great Britain looking for a better life were to be sent to Rwanda. And what happened? It failed because the government was changed. Now, what was the scheme? The scheme was very easy. Great Britain went to Ghana first, asking, listen, Ghana, we have a project for you. We're going to give you millions of pounds, but whenever Africans come to our country looking for a better life, can we send them back to Ghana? But we're going to pay you. Now, Ghana said, no, we're not interested. Then Great Britain went to Kenya to discuss with the Kenyan president, saying, listen, Kenya, we have something here for you. We got money for you because you're crying all the time and people are marching and running through the street angry at taxes. We can give you money, but you're going to keep all the migrants that's come to Britain. The Kenyan president, no, we're not interested. This is not part of our policies. And by the way, we don't want African people to say that we're not nice people, because people spend a lot of money trying to go to Europe looking for a better life. Many Africans sell their houses, cars, so they can put money together. Family members putting money together for their child, nephew, so he can travel to Europe, hopefully get a much better life. Now, Kenya say, no, we're not going to do that. We're not interested. Then they went to Rwanda. Said to Rwanda, listen, can you keep the people here? We're going to give you money. Well, Rwanda said, okay, give us how much money is it? Okay, we need it. The Rwandese government accepted hundreds of millions of dollars in sponsorship from Britain so they could host all the migrants that were going to Great Britain. They even built houses, apartments where they were going to host all these people. They were preparing to start sending people to Rwanda, and something happened. You know, many people made a lot of noise and the government was changed and the policy fell into water.
The scheme was dead and buried before it started. It's never been a deterrent. Look at the numbers that have come over in the first 6 and a bit months of this year. They're record numbers. That is the problem that we are inheriting. It has never acted as a deterrent.
And after the policy fell, Great Britain was trying to sort of, get the money back from Rwanda. Like, we gave you money, hundreds of millions of pounds. Can we get the money back? Rwanda said, no, we are not looking to pay you the money back. That was not part of the agreement. We had an agreement. You paid us the money. We did our due. We built some of the houses, even though we didn't build enough house for $100 million. But we're not giving you the rest of the money. Very clever,
Actually, it is the UK government that has terminated the treaty and not Rwanda. This was not a loan given to Rwanda. This was money sent to Rwanda to carry out specific actions. These actions have been carried out. There is no reason why these funds should be returned. As far as the permanent dwellings, it was stipulated that Rwandans share them with the migrants. Today, the migrants are not coming anymore. Rwandans will live in those dwellings.
If the country doesn't have a lot of resources and some external power can bring resources, you can play with them. You can just drag the project as long as you possibly can. Keep the money when the new government comes and the policy fails, and you keep the money. That's what Rwanda did. Fellas, when I say to you that we need to unite because nobody likes us out there, you think it's a game, you think it's a joke. You go to India, they beat you black people. You go to Lebanon, they throw you overboard. You know what they do to women from Uganda and Kenya and Ethiopia when they go work as maids in Lebanon? It's very sad. There's no way in the world you go, you accept it. No, you go to Afghanistan and see if you're going to come back alive. You can't. Unfortunately, in Australia, if you go as an illegal migrant looking for a better life, they're going to trap you and send you to a remote island. They're going to send you to an island in the sea, far away from the mainland. And this includes Nauru and Christmas Island in the Manus Islands. That's very far. There are snakes and scorpions and stuff like that. Lizards. That's where you're going to be staying in Australia. Now, Australians have forgotten. They are very rough with their policies in terms of migrants. They don't like migrants there. But they've forgotten that they themselves, the white people of Australia, came from England. You know how Australia was formed? Well, a lot of Australians are actually descendants of prisoners. Australia originally was a prison. They sent people from Great Britain to go be put in jail in Australia. They were trying to keep all these criminals, all these bad criminals away from the mainland. So they sent them to Australia. They put them in jail. Some started working for other people, and some settlers came to Australia as well. And that is how very slowly Australia became Australia. This happened in 1787. That's when the first fleet of 11 convicts went to Australia to be put in jail. And they said between 1788 and 1868, more than 162,000 convicts were transported to Australia. So Great Britain was trying to send all the bad apples to Australia. That's what forms Australia. Now, you know what happened later? The same convict then went on killing the locals, taking their land, you know, the usual thing. They've done that everywhere, you know. Anyway, fellas, Donald Trump has come up with an offer to the Bahamian government asking them to, you know, keep a lot of you people that are illegal. I'm just going to be honest. And the Bahamians say, no, we're not interested. This is not part of our policy. Now, the question is, did they refuse because of their moral ground, or did they refuse because the money was not good enough? I do believe we need to unite in Africa. We need to come together, Africans and the diaspora. We need to put our minds together and build something consistent, because we have everything. Africans shouldn't be running away from Africa looking for a better life everywhere else, whilst everybody else is looking for a better life in Africa. They're coming to Africa to loot, to steal, while you're praying to go over there. This is insane. A Chinese man will leave China, come to Africa, and after 6 months, he becomes a millionaire, whilst an African is just praying to God. I don't get it. God bless.